Hey guys, PDC here, and we are back for another narration of ADVOU CALLOUS Invitational. This time it is versus two of my friends, as usual, Marco versus M Dragon Mariano. So we got the double M matchup. Both these guys are very respected in ADV. Somebody is appearing me. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to play you. Anyway, both these guys are respected ADV players, very good at this game. M-Dragon has been around for well over a decade at this point, probably around 15 years playing competitive Pokemon, and Marco is only in the past year and a half or so has become really relevant in the scene. So you guys know the history. Let's see how these two are going to work it out here. So we got a T-Tar lead from M-Dragon, a Coon lead from Marco. Marco may be running Calm Mind offense, or he could be running a... Okay, so Rock Slide and a Roar. That's definitely an Roar. Okay. So M-Dragon went for the hard Rock Slide, which is... M-Dragon may be CB-Tar, or he may not be, it depends, but Marco definitely expected M-Dragon to switch, and he went for the Roar because Turn 1 Coon that is not offensive, or substitute-based, is not going to be sweeping any teams anytime soon. So he either goes for the Calm Mind, or he goes for the Roar to try to scout the rest of the team. Now, of course, he just went for the Rock Slide, so he brings out Celebi, which is going to be probably the pretty, the main Coon counter on a team like this. Looking at M-Dragon's team, we see T-Tar and Celebi. This may already be a type of TSS. There's plenty of TSS. There was an old one, I think either Linear or Asta made with Celebi. It was like Tar, Zap, Celebi, Scarm. Around those lines, I think it had a Claydol also. But we're going to see a Calm Mind from Celebi. Calm Mind Celebi is one of the M-Dragon favorites. It's probably going to be main move is going to be Psychic. So Marco is going to go for the Wish, and I might kind of speed this up a little. But he's going to go for the Wish and probably pass it out to either Zapdos or T-Tar. Yep, there's T-Tar, and there goes the Calm Mind. So HP Grass, it is very unlikely it has HP Grass. And alright, so there's the Crunch. Okay, so the Celebi Leech T-Tar, however, if its main move is Psychic, yeah, okay, so it's Psychic, so Marco knows that he cannot touch the T-Tar, so he can keep bringing Blissey in and wishing it. However, the problem is, it is very probable that M-Dragon has a Dugtrio, probably an Adamant Dugtrio, because if a Celebi is completely walled off by T-Tar, yep, there's a Dug, and there's the T-Tar switch, yep, figured that would happen. I don't know if it kills, though, so if it... Okay, it killed. Okay, so that's probably Adamant Dugtrio. That is very bad for Marco, but he's Adamant Dugtrio, so Marco's Dugtrio is going to come back in and just kill it. But in comes Celebi, and now Celebi is suddenly not a gigantic problem, but it's definitely approaching levels where it can really threaten the entire team. Because now, only Dugtrio can actually kill the thing, and that Toxic Miss is not going to be doing him any favors. So Marco is going to have to play around this very well. A +1 Psychic is now going to sting pretty much everything bar Blissey and Claydol, although Claydol really doesn't have a way to kill Celebi. And Marco may be trying to bluff an Explosion, or just switching around. Now, I did give Marco this team to use, and it is Light Screen Zapdos, so he goes for the Psychic. Let's see if he goes for the Toxic. Okay, so now Celebi is at least forced to switch out. Dugtrio may be able to kill this thing later, but, I mean, yeah, he goes to Blissey, and in comes Tar on the Blissey switch. Marco's going to probably go back out to either Coon or Claydol. Okay, he goes Claydol. There's the Rock Slide. Going to be doing 26 to that Claydol, so that could be CB-Tar. I think it's a very defensive Claydol. And we're going to see Marco double out the Dugtrio, but M-Dragon knows better than that, and he just goes for the safe play of going to Starmie, avoiding the possible Dugtrio double, and he's going to go for the Surf. So, looking at M-Dragon's team, I highly doubt that there is a Blissey on it. However, it's probably going to be... I mean, looking at this, so he has Dugtrio, Celebi, Tar, and Starmie. And, oh, yep, there's a CB HP Bug. So, that T-Tar is, while it's going to be dead, it's going to be able to take out Claydol. So, big boost for Marco. And Celebi is now going to get back at +1. And Zapdos can no longer Toxic it. Oh, Alright, he Leech Seeded. Okay. I don't get that play. I think the play there, I mean, I understand why he did it, but leeching there, I would just Calm Mind up, and I would Psychic probably whatever comes in, because obviously he's going to go to Coon, because he can't let this thing boost anymore. Doug Trio would not be able to beat it because I think it's Jolly and Max Defense Celebi. I don't know the calc on that, but Marco is just going to go Coon because he's going to be able to roar it out no matter what and not risk getting 2-KO by Psychic. I mean, if he Calm Minded there, I mean, this is Calm Mind Roar, so he gets a +1 Psychic on it, which is going to do a little under 40. And then he can either do it again, or he can Leech Seed it then with some prior damage. So I don't know why. I mean, I just don't know why. Because if he Calm Minded there, he could just get the Psychic here on that turn, and he could do like 40%. And, I mean, no matter what, you're Leech Seeding the Coon, and then you're going to also probably scare it out with whatever the rest of the Pokemon on your team are, because he obviously is going to have a better Coon answer, or something that can at least damage it. So, we're going to see a Swampert come out for the Earthquake, and he's going to go Zapdos, okay, and double back to Celebi on M-Dragon's behalf. This Celebi is going to be really, really crucial. We're going to see a Leech Seed and a Toxic, so Zapdos now is basically in the range for an unboosted Calm Mind. However, he can't stay in here. M-Dragon cannot stay in here. So he switches out and goes to Pert, and we see a very good play from Marco. The rest was forced. Very good play up to his advantage, because even though Zapdos is asleep, now it is free from the Leech Seed, and he can be basically wished back up to full health whenever he wants with Blissey. So he's going to go back to Zapdos. We're going to see an Earthquake. Marco wasting PP and trying to waste some sleep turns on Zapdos. We're going to see a Aerodactyl. Okay, so interesting. To be honest, I've expressed this in past videos involving M-Dragon. I am really not a fan of Aerodactyl without spikes. I think that even though it's good speed control, I just feel like it does far too little. But M-Dragon, at the moment, Marco has a team with basically no rock resist. So Drug Cure does not count. That is really at the peril of an Aerodactyl. Marco did not go to Coon hard there because, as you can see, a Rock Slide or a Double Edge basically would have spelled death for him. And now Coon's asleep, Zapdos is asleep, and Blissey being your Aerodactyl counter when you don't even have Thunder Wave is really a bad look. So somehow Marco is going to have to pull this game out of his ass, basically, because that Aerodactyl is a huge threat. The Celebi is a huge threat with 2 Pokemon sleeping. I mean, now it's already a +2, and even though Zapdos has 2 turns of sleep, a +2 Psychic is going to hurt it. Now, of course, he has to conserve PP, but that Psychic is going to do 44, and we're going to see a... Okay, so there's the light screen. Very good play on Marco's behalf. He's at least extending this a little longer. So he's going to Calm Mind up. We're going to see a... Oh, that is probably the worst thing that could happen. A Toxic Miss. And Psychic, he has to do it again. Yep, he has to Toxic it again. Now Zapdos is even weaker, and something like Double Edge is going to be really, really hard for him to deal with. We see a Psychic. I don't know. I think that was an okay play, but I think he could have capitalized on that more. We're going to see a Aerodactyl switch, and I don't know if this is the best play. I don't know. I mean, like, that's doing a shit ton of damage. Okay, so that's... Wow, that is really, really strong. That is incredibly strong. I don't... Looking at these calcs, I mean, I forget the set we have in this Blissey, because I gave him the team. I'm pretty sure it's modest, but those are very, very powerful rolls. I don't think it's Bold Blissey, or maybe it's Adamant Aerodactyl, although no one has ran Adamant Aerodactyl in a very long time. So finally, at long last, we get the flinch from the arrow, and now basically here comes the Coon, and now we're gonna see if Marco can pressure stall the Rock Slides, but M-Dragon's not gonna let it happen. So we're probably gonna have another example of the Calm Mind Celebi Wars. So he's just going to end up having to roar this thing out. Obviously, he can't let it boost. In comes Aerodactyl. M-Dragon knows that he cannot let Aerodactyl... Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Alright. Actually, you know what? Oh, there's the rest. Actually, okay. So what M-Dragon was trying to do there is, if he gets Coon at that health, then essentially either they're my clocks, but either Starmie or Celebi can win from there. Because as you saw, I mean, he got rolls. Yeah, that's gotta be jolly. But he got rolls, but, I mean, if he double edges there, then either Starmie or Celebi can come in and win, because Blissey cannot... The only thing Blissey can do to Celebi is it can Toxic it. Or maybe maybe, I don't know the exact PP counter on this, because I think it's used more pressure. Maybe PP stall the Psychics, and the same thing with Starmie. Starmie can out-recover Blissey, and basically it has to get a freeze. And the thing is even if Blissey freezes Celebi, Blissey has to crit the Celebi as well, because after one combine, it's not going to do anything. So a modest Ice Beam from a Blissey with a critical hit, I think can kill some Celebi from full, but M-Dragon is probably bulky enough where he takes less than 50%, and it's going to be up to whether a Sand Roll happens, or something along those lines. And even then, he just goes back to Starmie if he freezes him, and basically plays the freeze game again. So yeah, the double edge was fine, as long as, yeah, it was perfectly a fine play, because then he kind of just wins from there. And now, once again, we are playing the critical hit game, so I'm going to speed this up. Basically, it's the same situation as last time, but this time, M-Dragon is really fiending for a critical hit. One critical hit will pretty much end this game, unless he is running out of PP at the same time. However, it is Suicune, and pressure is a big factor here. He can run out of double edge before he actually finishes the game. So, we're going to see, and there's the rest. He doesn't have very many left. I think he has 8 double edges left, and they're going down by... Okay, so, yep. Once he gets to 12, it's over. He's going to kill the Zapdos, and in comes Kun. Okay, I think he may have expected a... I don't know, I mean... Celebi, rest, I mean... Now he has 1 double edge, or 10... Yeah, he has 2 left, but 1 for pressure. Celebi's going to Calm Mind up again. He can get the +2. We're going to see probably another Calm Mind. Seeing what we can do. A +2 Psychic is definitely going to sting the Kun. And now that Zapdos is down, that's 1 less PP need to be used. 46. Roar. Obviously, it can't Calm Mind up against it. In comes Swampert. In comes either a Calm Mind. Yep, there's the Calm Mind. And Starmie is going to play the same game the past 2 Pokemon have. Can I crit this thing? Aerodactyl, I think, has too few Rock Slide PPs to actually be able to beat Kun. So now it's up for Starmie to be able to crit this thing with a Thunderbolt. Of course, it can also be Leech Seeded, which is what M-Dragon is going to probably go for here. Getting this thing Leech is going to make it able to be beaten by Starmie, and being leeched in the sand is not a very good recipe for longevity, because now Aerodactyl can even beat it with Earthquake. And now we see a Calm Mind, and keep in mind, Kun has been asleep for 2 turns, so now he's at +2. Kun can't come in anymore, because now +3 plus Aerodactyl is going to win this, or Starmie, and here's the Ice Beam, and it's going to do 17. So now M-Dragon has to worry about the freeze, or the crit, because now that Kun is not at, 10 or 8%, Blissey's, critting him is a very real threat. So M-Dragon has got to keep recovering and somehow avoid the crit. However, I don't know if he needs to get the +6 here before we can start pressuring. I would Leech Seed the Blissey, probably. I mean, I would also stay at full health, because a freeze does not matter unless he can crit. It does if he stay frozen. Oh! No, not the... He needed to stay at full health. He needed to stay at full health there. That's the problem. I think you avoid the kill if you are at full health. And now, with Celebi gone, it's not as easy for M-Dragon as it seemed. T-Bolt Para, rest, no crit. So yeah, I'm going to speed this up to, yeah, it's already fast, so. This game, I mean, Starmie can, if it crits, a T-Bolt, then Kun is basically gone, because it has 2, turns to be asleep. And now it comes down to basically another sequence where we're going to have S-tosses and recovers. M-Dragon really has a hard time pressuring this Starmie. Recover is 32 PP and ADV, so he can outstall this Blissey relatively comfortably without something like a, freeze or whatever or something. There's no chance of a crit really hurting him. So yeah, Marco's going for the Ice Beam freeze. Between Recover and Rapid Spin, M-Dragon can reliably outstall this Blissey. And there's the freeze. Goes to Coon, stays frozen, 2 turns asleep. We're going to see M-Dragon thaws, obviously, because the natural cure. Goes to Arrow, he gets the Earthquake crit. Okay, goes to Starmie, goes for the Surf. We're probably going to see, yep, there's the Blissey switch, and there's the Recover. S-Toss, okay, so now this is just going to be a very, very long sequence of spinning and recovering and wasting PP and T-bolting on wishes. Yeah, Marco is... Basically, what he has to do is just PP stall the Thunderbolts. Again, I think M-Dragon should have tried to remain as healthy as possible on Ice Beam turns, but, I mean, it's such a rough call. I mean, I always, in Combine Wars with Blissey, I mean, I always make sure my Celebi is at least, you know, healthy enough to tank shit. So, let's see. Yeah, you're just gonna have this over and 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 over, aren't we? Yeah. This is amazing. This is it's a real great game you got here, guys. Yeah. I mean, this is a part of Pokemon PP Wars. There's T-Bolt, and it paras Marco, which is... Wish the Coon, yeah. Parrying is not good in PP Wars, and I think now that he's got a Calm Mind, he might just go for it. Yep, there's the +2. Now he has to crit him. He goes for a spin again. He has to crit him with T-Bolts. Okay, he gets a para. Now he... There's... Okay. Paras again? No, okay, so... M-Dragon has to crit him at some point. He has to crit him at some point, right, guys? No, he doesn't, and T-Bolt is not going to kill now, +3, so now Marco has gotten... I'll say this. Yeah, no crit. That's game. It's over. It's over after this. Yep, there you go, 12. Oh, he had oh, yeah, because he T-Bolted Bliss. I forgot he didn't just use T-Bolts on that, but he goes for the freeze. It doesn't matter. Blissey, I mean, he could probably wish the Coon enough at this point if it stays frozen, because now he's almost out of T-Bolts. Goes for T-Bolt one more time. Roar. Yep, good play. And Surf. And M-Dragon loses because he just couldn't. He couldn't do it. He didn't have the luck. I am actually incredibly shocked. I am seriously shocked at that outcome of that game, because if you guys play Pokemon, you know that, I mean, that Coon was hit and that Blissey was hit probably over, 30 times between M-Dragon's moves. And not a single crit was landed, which is very, very lucky. So, let's go to Game 2. We see a Swampert lead and a T-Tar lead, so M-Dragon, boom, takes the HP Grass, H pumps in return. Yep, there's the pump. And Tar goes down. So... in comes Cacturn. Wow, that is wow, it's Cacturn. Oh my god. So Marco is just going to try and meme this game, isn't he? I mean, Cacturn is going to basically sub-leech and set up spikes and annoy the ever-living shit out. Oh, that is so sad. M-Dragon has Rain Dance, which gets rid of the sand. Oh, that is so sad. Keep in mind, however, knowing that M-Dragon has Rain Dance, it very likely is possible he has something like a Snorlax or something like that in the wings, because Pokemon like Snorlax really, really appreciate it when sand is gone. If you've ever tried to fight a bulky Curslax without sand, then you know the pain that Marco is about to endure. Because Curslax is an absolute pain in the ass when sand is gone. Because that leftovers recovery is super, super crucial for so many 2 and 3 KOs. So M-Dragon's, he's got the... Swampert and Zapdos is an unusual start to a Lax team, but we see the Celebi M-Dragon, I think, almost definitely has a Lax and probably a Trapper. He probably has Magneton on a team like this. Because, I mean, when you have Pert and a Celebi and a Lax, you want Mag, because you don't want to be spiked up on constantly. But, of course, Marco does not have a Magneton. And, oh, there's a Starmie. Okay, so Starmie, yep, makes sense, because you want a Spinner as well. So, actually, you know, if he doesn't have Mag, it'd be okay because he has a Starmie, kind of. But I mean, there's a spin and there's the hidden power. Yeah, I think it's HP Dark. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's gonna do a lot. He can spike up here again. Oh, Marco went for, or no, M-Drag went for the. Oh, there's subs. So yeah, I mean, he just spikes up again. I mean, like Starmie cannot beat Cacturn. You know, especially a weak, bulky meat variant. So there's the leech. Chipping away Zapdos is definitely a good play on Marco's behalf. I mean, like, he gets spikes up again. This is Rain Dance, so it's probably, yeah, it's Rest, Rain Dance, specially defensive, probably. He's going to go out back to Lax again, and in comes Starmie. So, yep, Lax is going to come in here, and he's going to probably Beast Slam. I mean, if he has Shadow Ball, maybe, but Beast Slam is probably the right play. 51, no para. Either way, Starmie does not want to stay in on that. A crit could kill it, and para would basically ruin it. We're going to see a Shadow... Ooh, so now Starmie can't stay in, and it's at 9%. It will die to a spike if it doesn't come in on a spin. Out the Celebi, which takes the Shadow Ball, but not incredibly well. Marco can just go to Cacturn here if he wants to. There's a Doug, and nope, hard body slam. Yeah, this is... Okay, so his last, I mean, I still think it's Snorlax. It makes sense with me and Doug. It does. I mean, his team's a little bit annoyed by Skarmory, but when you have Starmie, basically the best spinner in the game, it's okay. But geez, I mean, like, M-Dragon had to... that was a good play, predicting the Cacturn, but Marco realized that he really didn't have to switch out. He didn't have to switch out there, and he probably knew he had a Trapper. So Doug is gone now, and that is a huge blow to M-Dragon, because now he cannot even confidently get rid of the Cacturn. So Celebi comes in, and we're probably just going to see a... Let's see what he goes for. Oh, he goes... Okay, so he goes back out to Cacturn. Leeches up. I don't know. Would I leech there? Probably not. No para, though, so... I mean, like, this Snorlax is just basically annoyed the shit by Cacturn because it can basically sub forever, and when it's, you know, done attacking him, it can go for HP Dark and do, like, 20%. So, yeah, I mean, like, Leech Seed from this, I mean, God, it's basically complete healing for Cacturn. I mean, I think it loses only 1% every substitute exchange. And while technically Snorlax can stall out of subs, I mean, it's going to be forced to rest at some point, or forced to switch out. And we see him go me, and... Alright, so M-Dragon can take a hidden power, though. So, let's see what Marcop goes for here. He's going to switch out. I think I would go for the spikes if I were him. Oh, he goes with hidden power, but he's just going to get up a layer anyway, so... I mean, I would get up a layer here. I mean, you can leech, but I mean, getting a layer of spikes up against Snorlax is super, super crucial. So... This is not looking good for M-Dragon. That Snorlax on Marco's side is absolutely menacing. And, again, on M-Dragon's behalf, his Snorlax switch is a Celebi. And now that 2 layers of spikes are up, it's not going to be liking to come in on Body Slam. If it paras once, it has to switch, basically. There is no way Zapdos can hurt it. Swampert can't do shit to it. I mean, this is just such a... It's just such a rough matchup for M-Dragon. This game should be in the bag for Marco completely. The only way M-Dragon wins is through Curselax. The rest of his Muns are weak. I mean, Starmie's dead. Celebi probably can't do shit. Zapdos is just, you know, it's not an offensive Mun. Without Sand, it's really weak. And Swampert is almost dead as it is. And while it can probably wall Magneton if it lacks HP Fire... I mean, it's just such a hard scenario for M-Dragon to come out on top of. Now, granted, Marco can have really shitty answers to Snorlax. That's a common theme with certain ADD players, because Snorlax is a mon that basically invalidates certain teams because it's just so... It demands more than one answer. It demands a constant offensive pressure, or sand plus spikes, or, you know, something of that nature. Marco goes to Magneton, though, on the Snorlax, and gets parried, which is unfortunate. He goes to Lax, which is... I mean, maybe Lax is his best counter. All of a sudden, this doesn't look so good. He goes for the Body Slam, and we're going to see a no self-destruct. That's what he was bluffing. He was bluffing self-destruct, and now it's paralyzed Snorlax, and just like that, a win condition like Snorlax is no longer in the cards for Marco. So suddenly now it looks like this isn't exactly in his favor. That pair from Magneton really prevented him from getting any damage with Thunderbolt. So now he's probably going to... Okay, he screeches it. Now he's at -1, but he can curse right back up and be at neutral defense if he wants to. He goes for the Body Slam. We're going to see probably a... Okay, so he gets parried. I mean, this is... All of a sudden, I mean, Mag is now dead. You know, I mean, suddenly this is not looking so good for Marco. And, I mean, I think part of that is because he misplayed. You know, obviously, actually not part of it. The entirety of it is because he misplayed his own, you know, Snorlax and Magneton management. So, let's see what his last two are. There's Salamence. Okay, so I guess Marco didn't really have a great way to beat Snorlax in the first place. We're going to see a Misak prevent Dragon Dance. A +1 Mence could just win right there. Snorlax is going to come back in at neutral defenses. Let's see. There's a DD, and here comes the curse. M-Dragon is probably just going to hard Body Slam here, which will 2 KO Mence. If this Mence has Brick Break, oh, Hidden Power doing not enough. Now he has to basically crit the Snorlax to win, which is a really, really far shot from what I thought this game would be. Body Slam, Para, so now Mence can't even sweep the rest of the team. And Lax can rest on it. Okay, there's a slide going for the flinch, but he rested up, so now he has to crit him. Mence has to crit Snorlax, or else Marco loses this game. Oh my god, and he goes Gyarados. Okay, this is a very wonky team. I would have expected him to have maybe a better answer besides T-Tar to Lax, but to be fair, the sand definitely hurt Marco being removed. This is basically game at this point. There's really no way that Marco can win this. Unless he gets a crit with Gyarados right here, this is over. And he doesn't even bother. He doesn't even bother with it. He tries to intimidate him again, but he's a +2 defense. There's nothing you can do. He really messed that up. That's... Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. M-Dragon says he can still win, which is technically true if he crit Lax, but I mean, it's... Yeah, it's over. Okay, that was kind of sad. Game 3. Okay, Venusaur versus... Okay, so right off the bat, I know what team Marco was running. But Venusaur versus Zapdos, we see a Sleep Powder on the Zapdos. We're probably going to see a T-Tar switch on Marco's behalf here. Goes to T-Tar. M-Dragon, let's see what he... Wow, 1-turn sleep into a Hidden Power. Okay, so... That is a defensive Hidden Power Ice Zapdos. That is... Alright, so... He goes for Focus. Oh, and he fucking nails the Dugtrio. Wow, that is... That is not the play. I think that was not the right play. Oh, sorry. That was not the right play. So, he goes Metagross and mashes. Marco switches out to Zapdos. Marco is going to probably have a DD Mence and a Metagross of his own. Given this looks like already it's turning out to be a physical offense-based Venusaur build. T-Bolt's going to do 47 to that Metagross. It's going to return with a Rock Slide, but no matter what, that Metagross is going to be significantly weakened. Marco just opts to switch out to his own Metagross. On the Claydol, this is Metal Coat Metagross, so Mash is definitely going to hurt. We're going to see a Earthquake from Doll doing 30%, and we're going to probably see another free Sleep Powder from Marco. So he's going to go for the Powder, and he's going to hit the Zapdos. Hopefully no one-turn sleeps this time for him. This is looking like a pretty okay opening game for him. Let's see, he goes for the switch out to... Okay, now he goes for Leech, and we see Celebi from M-Dragon. Alright, so... This could be, yawning, I'm tired. This could technically be another Relax build. We see Metagross come in on the Celebi. I would probably switch out from that. Yep, there's a switch, and here is the Calm Mind. Okay, so... M-Dragon doesn't know that Marco does not have HP Bug, so he's going to switch out, and he goes for the Rock Slide. Alright, I don't know if I agree with the slide there, because M-Dragon either goes to Claydol or to Metagross. I understand that he did it because if it hit these two, then it would not 100% reveal that he lacks HP Bug, but it would mean he's not Choice Band, and that would already probably put up some alarms in M-Dragon's head. Oh. Oh, that is bad. That is... Oh, in the attack. That is probably the worst thing that could happen. Fire Blast, I think would have been able to kill there, because this is a very heavily specially invested T-Tar. We're going to see probably Hidden Power. Oh, nope. Straight Bolt. And... Oh, that is really, really bad. Now Claydol is going to finish off Zapdos with Psychic. And this game, I wouldn't say it's one-sided yet. This is still a neutral game, basically. Swampert comes in. Double out. To Coon, okay, makes sense as well to have a Calm Mind Coon with Claydol and Doug. A variant of special offense. In comes, oh, and he just booms. Marco just goes hard boom, which makes a little bit of sense there. I mean, an Ice Beam Coon would pretty much win if he got the +1, or the Metagross dies. So, I mean, in comes Mence. And here comes Sweet Coon. So this is now not looking very good for Marco. I mean, if he boomed on the Sweet Coon, 30, maybe it's... Oh, shit. It's Toxic Coon. Wow, that is a throwback. That is undoubtedly a throwback set. He's got to go for the flinch, but I mean, like, now it's just not looking all that good for him, because Celebi really, really kind of just beats both of these Pokemon bar hacks. We see a switch from Marco, but Coon's just going to rest up, and Venusaur has too few Giga Drains to actually do real damage to it in the long run. I'm guessing its last is Calm Mind, and he can just go to Celebi anyway and pretty much invalidate the rest of his... Oh, okay, Hidden Power Fire crit. But it's not going to be nearly enough, and the Celebi is faster than Venusaur, so... Yeah, he can just recover in his face unless he gets a double crit. Which wouldn't have even killed because of the sand is not enough. Okay, so... Now Mence is poisoned, and this is looking like a very quick game over. Wow, that's sad. I mean, M-Dragon, if he wants, could even outstall these hidden powers. If he wants to. Because he has more than enough recovers to handle Swampert and Mence, and he's probably not going to make this mistake he made the first game with being too greedy with Calm Minds before, avoiding the crit. So, he's just going to keep Calm Minding up. Celebi is, I mean, the Ice Beam from Swampert may be able to crit it, but it's probably going to be Psychic Celebi, so... I mean, there's the Calm Mind, and here's the Ice Beam. Marco is doing sizable damage with that. So, again, he has to freeze this or crit it, and then somehow pull a win out of his ass with Venu and Pert, which, without any sort of hazard pressure, is really, really hard, and Mence being basically dead and unable to set up in the long run is, you know, I mean, not basically dead, but it can't win, is what I'm getting at. And now that Swampert is leeched, it's not a good position for him. There's not much he can do. We're going to see an Ice Beam again. It's doing a lot, but this is really the... I mean, he has to crit him. He has to crit or freeze him. M-Dragon goes for another Calm Mind. This is an offensive Pert, so if he gets to, you know, +2 with a Psychic, that's going to absolutely hammer the Swampert, and after this turn, with the 6 damage, he might just be able to kill it flat with, Psychic. So, let's see what he does. Calm Minds again. Alright, so he's just going for it in here. Ice Beam. Freeze? Okay, he froze it. Okay, so... no crit, though. If he crit there, that could have turned it around. Venusaur... Mence, Thaw, Psychic game. That's it. Wow, that's so... Yeah, I mean, this is a long series, but, you know, in a way, it was kind of a disappointing one, I won't lie. Marco kind of tossed Game 2 into the garbage. I really think he should have won that. And this game, he missed Fire Blast. However, Game 1, he avoided, you know, through the grace of God, basically 1,000,000 crits, so... I don't know, this wasn't an exactly clean series, and it definitely was not what I wanted to commentate over, but... I mean, watching this live would have been a roller coaster, but seeing this here, it's kind of disappointing, so... Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one on CALLOUS' channel, whatever I commentate next. Peace.